Alright guys, in this video we're going to cover how the best brands are optimizing their cart for the highest conversion rate, and a lot of you guys are making mistakes here which is causing your customers to add things to the cart but they don't proceed to the checkout. And we're going to cover three most important things that you need to have in your cart drawer, the principles that the best brands are using. So by the end of this video you'll be able to apply all these things to your cart in order to maximize your conversion rate, and therefore you will get to profit even more from your Shopify store. So all these things that we're going to cover here is something that we also use for our 8-figure clients at my agency, and they work very well whenever we want to optimize their conversion rate and the AOV. So the first thing that we are going to cover here, and that is probably one of the most common things that I see whenever I audit some brands, the mistake that they're making is that you want to make it very easy to get to the checkout. So what I actually mean by that. So your customers, whenever they add things to the cart, you want to make it super easy for them to go to the next point of their customer journey, which is the checkout page. The mistake that I see a lot is that they make their cart drawer super cluttered, and for that reason, customers really have to struggle to find the way to go to the checkout. First thing that is extremely important is that you always want to have your checkout button visible in your cart drawer. So most of the times when I audit stores, I see the checkout below default, so your customers have to scroll the cart and therefore see that button to go to the checkout, and that is causing a huge drop off because people don't know that they need to scroll and find that button. So let's cover how the best brands are optimizing this so you can get a sense of what I'm talking about. So in this example, we have an 8-figure store. This is a client of ours. And as you can see, when you open the cart drawer, this checkout button at the bottom is immediately seen. So your customers now can see this button, and whenever they want to go to the next point, they can just click on it and therefore get to the checkout page. Next example, we have Oreylo Cosmetics. Once again, as you can see, when you open the cart drawer, there is a button on the bottom, so it's immediately visible, so customers can easily click on it and get to the next point. Here we have another brand. This is Apparel Niche, and you can see on the bottom you have always visible the secure checkout. And lastly, we have the Gymshark. Once again, their cart drawer slides from the bottom to the up, and you can see on the bottom of it, once again, we have checkout securely. So always make sure that your checkout button in your cart drawer is immediately shown so that the customers can easily find it, and they don't have to make assumptions if they have to scroll it and stuff like that to find it, and you will get to increase your conversion rate of this part. So the next thing that is also related to this first point is that you want to make sure that your customers, when they add things to the cart, that it's very easy to see what are the things that are in the cart versus what are all the other things that you are doing in your cart drawer, such as upsells and promotions or urgency or whatever. If your customers don't understand what's in their cart versus what they can add to the cart, they will start feeling anxious because now they will worry that they have added some additional things to the cart. And what they do when they're anxious, they just leave your product page and go back to the social media because they don't care and they don't want to pay more than they have added to their cart. So in this example, we have our client, and as you can see, when you add this thing to the cart, it's really easy to see what are the things that are in the cart versus the upsells. So what we have done here, we have put this black line literally, and we have added a little bit of extra padding here so the visitors can easily understand what are the things that are in the cart versus all the other things. Here we have Oreylo Cosmetics. This is some promotion, but still just below it, you can see this is the thing that is in the cart. And then they say before you go, they have some of the upsells, and they're just trying to upsell them some of the other products. Here, what we have here, we have this brand. You can see we have added this thing to the cart, and this thing that's added to the cart is immediately seen here. Then once again, we have a huge spacing in between. We have this whole rectangle with this line and the brand name. And then you have you may also like, and then you try to cross sell all the other things. Here we have the Gymshark. Once again, we have added this thing to the cart, and then you can see you have the discount code. And when you scroll a little bit down, you can see all the other upsells, and we're going to cover that when we get to that point. But for now, very important to understand, you want to make it easy to make them go to the checkout so you don't confuse them at this point, because when you confuse them and make them anxious, they're just going to leave this process and go back to the social media. And by the way, if you'd like me to review your funnel and your cart page, if that's where your biggest drop off is, you can fulfill the form in the link in the description, and I'll give you a personalized audit for your case on what are the things you can do right now in order to improve your funnel and get your conversion rate and profitability up. The next thing, and this is the point where you want to make your customers spend even more with you, Because now they have added things to the cart and now you want to make them buy even more. You want to show them other products that they can buy and all that stuff. So what is one of the best ways to make them actually act on it and get more products from your store? So the second point that we have here in the cart drawer is that you want to make them have a goal that they can reach. So what I actually mean by that. Whenever your customers add things to the cart and go to the cart page, their main intention is to buy the first product that they have added to the cart. But now, as they have added things to the cart, you want to show them other products that they can buy. But it's not only enough to show them other products, you want to show them an incentive to do so. So in this example, what we have here at the top of the cart drawer, we have this visual threshold with the text that says you're only $20 away from the free standard shipping. So now your customers know that if they add more things to the cart, they're going to get something for free. And now you're incentivizing them to get even more from your store. The thing why this works very well is because you always want to give your customers another reason to buy from you, because when they buy more things now, they will justify it in their head. I bought this because I've gotten the free thing, I've gotten the free shipping, so I kind of saved on the shipping, right? So it just like justifies in their brain why they have bought even more, because people always act emotionally and then they try to justify this action logically. So this is why you want to give them some reason in order to spend more on your store, because now they will justify in their brain that they have gotten the free thing, right? In this example, we have Kylie Cosmetics is the same offer. You're only $18 away from the free shipping. Again, you can see you have the visual threshold, and it's always important to have that visual threshold because it's much easier for your customers to understand how close they are to get the free shipping thing. And it also adds that gamification part, so it's just much more easier to perceive this offer, right? Then we have this brand, we have this similar offer, but on the bottom, they're trying to push it even further. This is another thing that you can do. If you see that this works well, you can try to push it even further to get them to the next threshold. And now when they reach the next threshold, they get some additional things, some free stuff, or just like a bigger discount or something like that. So you give them more reason in order to spend more on your store. Here we have the Gymshark. This is a similar offer as we had in the beginning. So as you can see, it shows how close you are to get that free shipping thing. But the thing is that even if you have this gamification part on the top of your cart drawer, that's not enough to make your customers spend more with you. You want to give them the means, you want to give them the products that they can add in order to achieve that free shipping thing, which is the third thing that we're going to cover here. And that is that you need to have relevant and easy to add products to their cart. So let's cover how the best brands are doing this so you can apply to your Shopify store. So in this example, what we have here, we have our clients. So you can see they have added this US Park Pass at the top. And now as they have added this product to the cart, we think what are the other products that are complementary to that product that it would make it very native for them to buy together with the product that they have added to the cart. So now we have here the guide to the national parks because they have bought the US Park Pass, and now perhaps they need some guidance on what are the things that they can explore in their parks, and therefore they add this thing to the cart and you get to increase your AOV and your profitability. So another thing that is very important here is that you want to make these products extremely easy to add to the cart. So here we have a big button that's easy to click, and when they click it, it's just like add it to the cart, and therefore you get to increase your AOV. So it's very important to personalize this part of the journey and make these products actually very relevant to the main product that they have added to the cart. Here we have Kylie Cosmetics, and because this is just getting below default, we're going to cover that on their live page. So you can see when you scroll down, you have this before you go, you can just add this lip butter. You can just click on here and then you choose the shade and all this stuff. Now, ideally, you don't want to have these two steps. You want to have it as a single step, but some products you just need to choose the shade or color or size or whatever. And in these cases, you have to have two steps, but ideally you want to have only one step where they just click on the add to cart and the product is added to the cart. But for you to be able to actually have them to only click on the add to cart, you also need to have a great image of the product, and also the product title has to be really on point so they can understand what this product is about without checking it out and then adding it to the cart. So the third example that we have here is from this brand. You can see above default, you can immediately see that you can add this thing to the cart. You just click on this button here, and now this product is added to the cart and you get to increase your AOV. And lastly, we have the Gymshark, which we're going to cover on their website. So when you're in their cart drawer and when you scroll down, you can see people also bought, said they're trying to incorporate a little bit of the social proof that will help them with that conversion. And they are showing all the other products that you can add to the cart. And therefore you just click on this, select the size, because you need to select the size for the apparel, and then this product is just added to the bag and you're getting closer and closer to the free standard shipping. So always make sure that this free standard shipping is paired with these cross sells, because that's the combination that works very well. And as well, very important thing, to make it very easy to check out. You want to make this process as easy as possible, because at that point they're showing that intent to buy from you. You don't want to lose that sale. You want to make it very clear and not clutter in your cart drawer in order to make them natively add more things to the cart and finally proceed on placing the order. And if you'd like me to audit your store and give you advices on what are the things that you can do right now in order to get your conversion rate up, you can fulfill the form in the link in the description, and I'll give you a personalized audit for your brand on what are the things you can do right now to get your conversion rate up. And if you like this video, you will probably like this next playlist, in which I break down all these successful stores and what you can take from them and apply to yours in order to get your conversion rate up.